everybody. Today, as you can see, I have the lovely Anam with me. So I'm in my face shield and my mask while I work, but just a face shield so I can talk to you guys. Anam herself has been through COVID, so she does not take it lightly.
It's a disaster, yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a mild version of it, so.
But you were so tired, you couldn't get out of bed. So Anam was saying that, TK, you may not be fatal, but good God, it's not something you want to go through.
Painful.
Painful, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, since Anam is double vaccinated, had COVID, I'm single vaccinated, and I just got my test result literally an hour before. So here we are doing, quite close contact work. But today I thought it would be really fun to sort of put a bunch of things together that I've been curious about. So we've got Rare Beauty Selena Gomez, we've got the Milk Blur Stick, we've just got a bunch of little products that we've been interested to try out. So it's kind of like a mixed bag Rare Beauty look. So just with a flat brush, I'm going to moisturize your skin real well. Do you find you have oily skin, dry skin in this weather?
So I think it's combination still. It does get dry regardless.
So in the summer months, because we all think that, we don't need to moisturize, it's oily, it's humid.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're washing your face, you're stripping your skin of what it has, so you do have to put moisture back. If you're concerned about oiliness, use an oil-free moisturizer or an oil control moisturizer. I was curious about this little milk makeup. It's called the Luminous Blur Stick. So I've seen so much about it on the internet, so I found a mini and I thought, alright, let's try it. I'm very loath to invest in huge products. I hate waste. So let's just see. Luminous Blur Stick, shimmering solid primer, absorbs oil, minimizes the appearance of pores and fine lines, and leaves a luminous matte finish. Okay, interesting. So we're just supposed to rub this all over the face, I've seen. Seems quite orangey. To have an all-over shiny face, look left and right, seems a bit crazy. But okay, let's just give it a try and see what it does once the foundation hits it. Okay, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Concealer. This is that brand by Selena Gomez. So we're just going to use this all over Anam's face. Well, it's got an interesting applicator. It's got quite a nice texture and I think quite a nice color for us. So let's see how this goes. This is just a pink brush, so I'm just going to go in and see how this behaves. It's got very good coverage. So since we're going to use the concealer like a foundation all over the face, I'm just going to spread it thinly over some of the face. And I'll leave the outer edge for a warmer foundation. So these are the EcoTool sponges, which look pretty cool, right? The new EcoTool sponges. So I thought it would be fun to try these on Anam's face. I'm going to blend this out before it gets too strong. Now obviously this is quite a light color for Anam. So we're going to just do her highlighty areas with this. So you want to be kind of here. The sponge is cool in that it's got this little wedge, so it's nice to be able to, like the old school sponges. So this is a little jar of skin. What I do is I take a bunch of foundations that I think will make a beautiful desi warm tone, and I'll put them all together, and then that is what I will contour with, let's say, through the summer. So this is a mixture of 4 or 5 foundations, most of them matte. so that I am able to contour through the summer with a nice matte color. So it's, you know, there's an Armani foundation in here, a Fenty foundation in here, there's a Kryolan foundation in here, there's an Inglot foundation in here, and there's a little dash of True Mattes, because how can you not? So this is the color I'm now going to bring some warmth to Anam's face with, and you can see how delicious that looks. So I'm, in fact, and I kind of encourage you guys to do this, I'm using what is in the lid, because that then stops leaking. So I really sort of put my brush right in. The lid gets cleaned up this way, and you don't have your product leaking out. So I'm just gonna warm up. Hit with a little bit of contour. Maybe I'll use the smaller sponge for that. They're very cost effective, but they're definitely much firmer than a beauty blender. I have never yet found a replacement for a beauty blender. Have you?
No, not at all.
I mean, if you had, I would know better.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing like a beauty blender.
Like, these are hard, right?
They can feel, I mean, they do the job, I can see,
But it's not that smooth, soft blur, because it's like a Kodak sponge. I'm just color correcting around her mouth a little bit too with this. And now I'm going to bring back some of the Rare Beauty concealer. And what I'm going to do is, the brush I dipped in there, I'm going to dip in here. And let's create believable meeting points. The concealer is nice, it's not very heavy. Nice. Glowy, it's clean. I would now come in with just a few clean bright spots in the middle. Now on the other side of the face, I'm going to show you the reverse of this. We're going to first put the warm foundation and then bring in the light concealer, so you can see a different way of doing things if you're in a rush. So I'm taking another brush because I can't double dip, and I'm going to take what is on the lid, which should be more than enough for her face. And if you can just turn towards me slightly with your chin down. So here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put in her warm. A little bit for the color correction around her mouth. You won't need. Don't want to ruin your nice shirt because you're not really going anywhere. It's COVID, ladies. Anam and I are serious. We do not go out.
There's nowhere to go out.
People are finding ways, okay?
That's true.
You and I are just squares who follow rules. The team I gather around myself, and it's funny because obviously I don't currently have a salon running, but I would still consider them my team, even though we're all working at other salons. Though I've got my pop-up at Ensemble, and I'm very happy to report that we've got Anam there now too. So yeah, we have this bonded by blood type. Teaching experiences, I think, will form bonds that never really break, because I think, and that's why I really love to teach, I think when you teach someone, that's it, you're in their DNA, you know, and you forever think the same way about makeup.
It's very true.
So, you know, even if Anna was in a different country, or if she was, you know, in another place, or we're still bonded by our way of thinking about makeup, I think.
Absolutely.
And I swear she doesn't have to say that. So you can see I put on the warm first, and now with my finger, just in case you guys feel like, you know, brushes are really intimidating. You can see I'm taking the Rare Beauty Concealer. It's not as powdery, let's say, as a Shape Tape. It's not going to set in a dry way. It's very, very luminous. My hunch is that this is something that's really going to work for us in the winter. I feel like I'd be pretty scared to use this in the heat of Karachi summer, unless you are that person who likes super glowy skin. And I'm not talking about the glowy finish, because that's clearly the milk primer underneath. But you can feel, and it's quite greasy.
It does feel that way.
It's a greasy finish. So I think for older skin, this might be really nice. And for young skin that doesn't mind getting a bit greasy. Okay. Well, there's one beauty blender down, and I think I got your shirt a bit. Sorry, Baba. So you can see Anam has just got these epic bones, so you can really put a down on these cheekbones. Okay, I think that's nice and even.
Oh wow, the bones really
nice, right? Yeah. So you can see now that we've sculpted using the Rare Beauty and my own little concoction. Can you see the beautiful shading on my hand? See that lovely shade and light? Yummy! So I've used that shade and light on this one's gorgeous bones. Okay, so we're both feeling, you feel it's quite sticky on your skin?
Absolutely, yeah.
So sticky on the skin, so I'm wondering in Karachi in the summer, certainly I think this will be difficult, but if you have very dry skin, or if you've got mature skin, this might be, you know, something that will give you luminosity. But that being said, we're going to double down, because I wanted to try this Candlelight powder, Mineral Illuminating powder by Mercier. So let's see how that goes. I'll just use it in some strategic spots, and I'll use ordinary matte face powder in the middle. You know I'm going to pick up Infallible, how can I not? So this is an Inglot 6SS brush, and I'm going to use this Candlelight powder just in her contoury areas. Maybe in your eye a little bit. Keep it simple. Ooh. So whenever you use like a glowy illuminating powder, just be a little circumspect about where you put it. So I'm just putting it in areas that I don't mind glowing, yani the outside of your face. I don't want to use it here. So, you know, for the cheekbone it's fine, a little bit towards the jawline. Sweep this powder over the eyelid. You can see what a nice finish it gives quickly, right? Got this gorgeous gleaming kind of finish. Okay, so you can see that this Mercier Candlelight powder on the lid is really, really pretty. Now I'm going to use a mattifying powder towards the center of her face, of course. So just mattify all the areas that you know are going to get greasy. Now I'm going to use my ever favorite. I've used it from the beginning of my career till now, which is the Body Shop Loose Powder 02. It's just the most desi friendly color. It looks like peachy desi skin. Look, doesn't that look like Anam's skin? Yes. You want to stretch out your under eye and set with powder. A lot of people ask me why their base is oxidized in the summer especially. This is the reason. You have to set it. So make sure to smooth out that concealer and set. I do like the shape of this tool. And that you can kind of get into the edges of your face quite nicely. So that's quite nice. Yeah, like I'm being able to get in here quite nicely.
I just love this powder.
Yeah, it's just the best. And I believe it's discontinued in a lot of places. It's still here in Pakistan, but you should stock up, my friend, because I think its days are numbered.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. It's just got the most realistic, slightly glowy, very fine finish. Like your skin still looks like skin. It's very fine, the powder. This way. Anybody who's sort of a product of time spent with me is definitely addicted to this powder. So number 2 is for Anam's color of skin. Number 3 is for warmer skin. And what I love about it is it neither are orangey. They're like peachy clean color. You can see it. She looks like a desi girl, right? The next rare beauty product we're gonna try is this sort of cream blush on. I found it super greasy. It's called Nearly Rose Melting Blush. Now, I think if you're, quite young, these products are nice for you because they're quite greasy, so it'll spread out very lightly. But, for longer wear, I feel we have to work out a way to use greasy products in our climate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little trick. So firstly, I'm going to use this as a stain on her lip. So smell here. So you can see it's a very teenagey pink. It'll look very good on young girls, young girls. Anam is of course also a child, so. So I think this is one of those just a bit of a stain types. It's quite a strong color otherwise. One of those line creating types also, which I don't love. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always find this a little bit like the super creamy glosses. I find them hard to use. So I'm going to use the same almost kiss the brush technique. So I'm going to put it on a brush. And the thing is that this does dry down to like a slippy silicone quite quickly. So I'm hazarding a guess that if I just kind of make sure it's half dry on the brush, smile, then you should be able to get just a hint. So it's very sort of Marie Antoinette.
Oh, absolutely.
You definitely look like you're gonna, give some peasant's cake and all that jazz. So I believe that's a misquote, is that right?
Apparently she never said that.
Look, even before the social media issues in life, people were getting misquoted and it stuck. And now I feel like there's so many quotes that are ascribed to so many people that are just totally fake. And there's so many moments of people getting caught out, famous people who are quoting famous people, and it's like, yeah, no, William Shakespeare never said that, boo. Which I think is awesome. So, you know, this is that very, in fact, it's kind of Turkish drama-y. You know, like people really do these pinky cheeks.
I've been watching so many of those things.
Have you? Am I right? Because I'm just saying that from the few shots I've seen. I've noticed that in Pakistan, lots of people are really into this look suddenly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of your big social media stars have this scene happening. I can't say I hate it. You look quite cute. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of that Candlelight powder again from Mercier. And I'm just going to hit the top of this blush with it. So it has kind of somewhere to go and set. So if you guys are a fan of this kind of look, which I think is quite sweet, it's Rare Beauty Nearly Rose Melting Blush. So I think this is the way to use it. And if this seems like it's a little bit too pinky for you, like if you like the pink blush, you're good to go. If you feel it's a little bit pinky, you can just run a bit of face powder over the front. But I think this is that kind of look. As we've tried it as a lip stain, and I think when you kind of really sort of buff it out, then it can be a bit pretty, but it's not the most even. So before Anam had some foundation on her lips. So we've cleaned off her lips, and now let's see. And here's the advantages of having a professional. I have handed her eyelash curler. It's a Tweezerman eyelash curler, which I really love. And Anam is now going to go for her lashes. Now hold it, don't release it. Hold it for 10 seconds. And just keep slightly squeezing it, slightly pumping it. And keep it pressed now for the last 3-4 seconds. Now when you release it, it's going to go straight up to your eyebrow. Check it out.
You are Chilean. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So you can hold it for a good 10 seconds. First things first, I'm going to take some Telescopic mascara. I'll just show you what that is. You have to work very fast. So quickly showing you Telescopic by L'Oreal. And I'm going to use a little technique that I sometimes like to do. If you close your eyes today. What I want to do is, I want to make sure that the roots are very heavily covered. So I'm just going to paint the base of her lashes and try and touch the base of the skin too. Don't worry about getting a little bit either. When it's dry, you can always remove mascara very easily. Okay, now I've got a spoolie and I'm just going to drop off on these lashes. So I think that's a pretty sweet, clean little look. The last thing I'll do is, I think I'll just clean your brows. And a little trick I like to use in the daytime when I don't want to, Anam is blessed with lovely full brows, so you don't need to darken them. So in the daytime, it's nice if you just clean them off after your foundation, that tends to be enough. So just with a little Bioderma, you can just clean off the brow. See, there was all this foundation sitting around underneath. So if you just clean it off, I feel like the brows go back to being healthy looking and shiny hair. I think we've forgotten the beauty of the simple things. So like just the beauty of having gorgeously soft brow hair. We've all got used to this karak brow hair, but I really love a soft shining brow. So you can see basically Anam's color story on my hand right here. And I think that's just a really fresh, pretty cute little look. Thank you so much for joining us for that incidentally, oops, we did like a Turkish drama kind of look without realizing it. I hope you found some little tricks in there that are going to be of use to you. Please subscribe and like, and thank you as always for your kind attention. Bye guys, and thank you Anam.